Good morning, viewers. Uh, Today I am going to discuss about Linux files and directory commands, and this is Bhakti Anderson from the Department of Mathematics. In this video, we will see the commands which is used in Linux for displaying, listing, and printing files, such as ls command, cat, move, list, and lpr commands. And the commands which is used for managing directories like mk directory, rm directory, ls, cd, and pwd. And finally, the file and directory operations like find, copy, move, and remove commands, find, cp, mv, and rm. First of all, let's see how to use the command line interface to access the Linux. First, when you switch on the system, there will be a login prompt. Hope you are able to see that it is asking you to enter the login details, the username and the password. After entering the username and password, if both of them are correct, then it will allow you to log into the system by giving a prompt. In Linux, the user prompt is going to be a $, and the root user or the admin prompt is going to be a hash. After using the Linux, if you want to finish it off, means then you have to log out first, then you have to end your session by issuing the exit command or the logout command. Next, we will see some of the key features of using the commands. Normally, people will be trying to abort a struct program. Why the program will be struck means some commands can be complex and take some time to execute, or mistakenly they have executed the wrong command, or sometimes it will be stuck in a infinite loop. So you have to interrupt and you have to stop such commands with the help of a Ctrl+C key press, which is an interrupt key. Next, we will see how to continue a command on multiple lines. Normally, single line commands, so that within the prompt, we will be writing the entire command on a single line. Sometimes we want to type our single command on multiple lines, means then we have to type a backslash just before you press the enter. So the backslash is acting like an escape effectively, so that it will be continuing in the next line. Some other key features are continuing different commands on a single line. Previously, we have seen how to type a single command on a multiple line. Now, this is actually typing multiple commands on a single line. We have to use a semicolon between those two commands as a separator, so that we are able to type multiple commands on a same line. Then we will see the conditional execution of different commands on a single line. For that, we have to make use of two ampersand symbol before the commands. See here example, the date command and the list command. Here we are having two ampersand symbol between them. So the meaning is actually a conditional execution. That means when the first command which is executed, that is date command, is true, means then only the second command ls will be executed. Shutting down the Linux from the command line after using the Linux prompt by executing so many commands. If you want to shut down, means then you have to make use of either the halt command or the shutdown command. Normal users will be using the halt command and the administrator will be using the shutdown command. While using the shutdown command, the attributes may be -h, -r, -h plus some numerical value, -h plus 0, -h now. In this, actually the -h plus 0, -h now attribute is similar. The meaning of this particular command is actually you are trying to shut down immediately. That's why the time duration is 0. Instead of 0, if you have plus some numerical integer value, then the system will shut down after this time period. When you have the attribute -r, the system will shut down. After that, again it will reboot. When you have -h, shutdown, normal proper shutdown will happen for the administrator. Halt will be shutdowning the system where this command is given in the $run, so it will be given by the ordinary user. Next we will see the who command. Who. Then there will be an optional list of attributes followed by a file name. First we will see some of the attributes like who minus u. It will show the list of users logged into the system. Who minus b minus h, it will show the time of the system when it is booted last time. When you have the attribute minus r with who, it will display the current run level of the system. So the same command is used to see the run level of the system and also the time when the system is previously booted and also who all are the currently logged in users. Listing, the ls command. Listing is actually nothing but listing the content of the directory so that you are able to see what all are the subdirectories as well as the files under that particular directory. It displays it. If the information required only for a specific file, then you have to mention the file name after this command. See, for example, ls with minus l and file name. The information about that particular file will be provided as a long list detail. Minus L stand for long list. When you have an attribute minus T, it lists in the order of last modification time. Minus A is actually, it will be showing even the hidden files also. Minus D is actually listing the directory files instead of the contents. If you put minus P, it put a slash at the end of each directory. Minus U, it will list in order of last access time. Minus I will display the inode information also additionally. Displaying the cat command. Actually, the cat command can be used for multiple purposes. One of the purpose will be displaying the content of a file. So the syntax is actually cat file name. Apart from using the cat command for displaying the content of a file, we can make use of the same command to create a new file. During that time, we have to use the cat greater than file name. So automatically, what file name is given by you after the greater than symbol, a new file will be created with that file name, and you can type the content of the file. You can end the typing by Ctrl D key press. Even the same command cat can be used to combine two files. By the time we have to use the syntax cat, what all are the files you want to combine, those two file names, then greater than. After combining these two files, it will be stored in which new file, that file name will be after the greater than sign. These cat commands can also be used with some of the popular attributes like minus a and minus b. Minus a is actually to show all and minus b is to omit the line numbers from your output. Next is we will see how to make use of a Linux command to print a file. We have lp file name command or lpr file name command. In case you want to print multiple copies of the file, you can use the number modifier also along with this particular command. In case you have multiple printers configured, you can specify a particular printer using the printer modifier. So we can make use of the number modifier as well as the printer modifier to specifically mention about the number of copies and the specific printer where you want your printout. Before taking the printout, if you want to format your content which is there in your file names, that is possible with the help of a command known as the PR command. It helps formatting the file for printing on the terminal. Many options are available for you. You can make use of that so that you can change the format as per your wish. The most popularly used PR options are given over here like X, H, T, D, L and N. X is actually to divide your data into multiple columns. H is actually assigns a header value. T is actually to print the header and top bottom margins. Not to print the header and the top bottom margins. Minus D is for double space is the output file. L is actually for page length, minus N denotes all the line with numbers, line numbers. Next, we will see how to manage the directory with the help of the Linux command. Make directory command is actually for creating a new directory. For example, if you give make directory music, then there is a directory which is created with the name music under the current directory. If you want to create the same music directory under another TMP directory means, then you have to tell that make directory music under the TMP directory. You can also create more than one directory with the help of make directory command. Next is removing directories with the help of rmdir command. Rmdir directory name. So already the directory is created and it is having some of the content. You are trying to remove this particular directory. If there were no files and subdirectory exist under this directory, then only this rmdir command will delete that particular directory. If it is having the content means, then you have to remove those contents first, then only you have to make use of this command. Renaming the directory. In order to rename our directory, you have to make use of a move command. Move directory name, new directory name. So, it will be changing its name from directory name to new directory name. Change directory. Currently, you are in one directory. You want to move to another directory where you are having your files to be accessed means, then you have to make use of a command known as cd. cd stands for change directory. For example, if you have a directory name which is having more than one words means, then you are not supposed to make use of space between them. Otherwise, we have to make use of a backslash between those two words. Next one is the pwt command. Pwt means present working directory or print working directory. It is actually used to know which directory we are in at any point of time. When you first open the terminal, you are in the home directory of your user. After that, based on the requirement, you may be moving to the another directory where you are having the specific files using the cd command. After moving to some other directory, if you want to know what directory you are currently in means, then you have to make use of a Linux command known as pwd. History command. The history command is actually to list out most recently used commands by the user preceded by a number. The preceded number will be the reference for the previously used commands. File and directory operations. First we will see how to delete a file. We have to make use of a remove command for deleting a file. Rm stands for remove followed by a file name. The file will be deleted. The same rm command can be used for moving a file as well as renaming a file. When you have a mv command with file name and a new file name, two file names are here. First file name followed by another file name. Then automatically the move command will rename this file with this new file name. When you have mv file name followed by the location where you want to move, then automatically this file will be moved to this new location. So based on the second parameter, the second parameter may be a location or second parameter may be a name of a file. The move command will act either to move a file or to rename a file. File and directory operations. Finding files. After storing a lot of files, if you are looking for a particular file, then we can make use of a find command with the criteria, or if you know the exact name and the path of the file means, then you can mention it. So it will show you where you can locate that particular file. The find command is used to locate the files on the Linux system. Find will search any set of directories you specify for files and match the supplied search criteria. To find a file with specific name, we have to use the syntax like this: find, then the name of the file. To find a file with specific pattern, then you have to make use of the command find file name, which also consists of some pattern. Here the star.txt means that all the files which is ending with the extension .txt. It will find all files which is ending with the txt extension. File and directory operations, copy files. While using copy file command cp, we have three different ways. The first one is actually cp source destination. The copy will create a copy of that particular file at the name of destination. The second one is actually cp source directory. So when you have a source and the directory, it is like it will be moved to this particular directory. Next, cp source 1, source 2, source 3 up to source n directory. Then it will be copied. All these files will be copied into this particular directory. cp stands for copy. This command is used to copy files or group of files or directory. So for copying files as well as for copying directories, we are using the same command. Here the source is the file and here the source is the directory. So one file is saved in another file. One directory with all its contents will be stored in another file name or directory name with all its contents. The clear command. When you use the prompt with lot of commands, when the entire working area is filled with lot of commands means, then you can clear it with the help of a clear command. This command clears all the cluster of the terminal and gives you a clean window to work on, just like when you launch the terminal.